A persistent pandemic, rising gas prices, inflation. There's been plenty to be anxious about. This is especially true if you're trying to buy a home in the last 2 years. Few places in the country have been as competitive in their real estate as Utah was in 2021. And it's looking like that trend will continue into 2022. Are you struggling to find a home? Thinking of moving to Utah? And you're wondering, where are prices going? How much money do you need now? And if you wait around, will you be paying more? What does the 2022 Utah housing market look like? In today's video, I'm specifically breaking down what's happening in the Utah housing market, specifically in Park City and the Wasatch Back, which consists of Camas, Oakley, Colville, and the Heber Valley. And this is everything that you need to know, especially if you want to move to Utah this year, or you're thinking about buying a vacation home or a second home or an investment property. If you are a buyer in today's market, you need to know what is happening. And so we're going to start with kind of a 50,000 foot view. What's happening overall in Utah? And it might really blow your mind. So here are a few things that are going to be happening. Rates are going to continue to rise. Have been spoiled by very, very low interest rates. Prices will rise. You're probably sick of hearing this, but Utah's home prices are expected to continue to rise in 2022. Buyers, you need to get ready for a vigorous exercise in patience and decision making. Sellers, you're going to need to have your homes in tip-top shape to attract the best offers and some buyers who might be willing to forego the home inspection, the appraisal contingencies, just to get your house. After a record year of price acceleration and construction activity, 2022 is going to be dictated by mortgage rates. So are prices going to drop? No. With the lowest inventory levels in years, it's highly unlikely that prices are going to drop. Now, if we take a look at this chart, this shows that Utah is in the second running. We are directly behind Idaho for highest home price increase. This is 28.3%. If you do not get off the couch, take some action, make peace with the fact that it is a competitive market, I believe with my whole heart, you will be paying twice as much. I believe prices are going to double. The median day on the market in Utah is 10 days. We're in February, 10 days. Back in 2021, it was 5. If you look at this chart, we were down to 5. If you go all the way back to 2015, we had a median price on the market of 60 days. You literally have no time to think about it. You have to get your ducks in a row if you want to win the bid. What I'm finding out is that buyers are not prepared for how hard it is to win the bid. And it's taking them 2 to 3 times to get the offer, because the first time, they don't want to take my advice. The second time, they're willing to put in a little bit more risk. And the third time, they're like, Nicole, what do we need to do to get the house? We're ready to finally listen to you. And bam, we make it happen. So to think about this as an entire state, we have a median price of 10 days on the market. Now, if you're wondering, like, if I move to Utah, is my house gonna depreciate in value? Well, this is a long housing price appreciation cycle in Utah. And as you can see, you are buying into an incredibly strong and stable market. If we go back to 1977, this is where home prices were. And this red lines that are negative kind of show where we had our recessions. This was the Great Recession of 2008, where the banks were loaning to anybody and everybody that had a pulse and could fog up a mirror. And that's just not the case today. And as you can see, we fast forward to 2021 and bam, look at that price appreciation, almost directly off the charts. This is an incredibly interesting statistic. Do you remember when housing was affordable? These days are long gone. You've got to saddle up if you want to get a house. Salt Lake City now ranks 23rd in the nation for most expensive metropolitan area. And Ogden used to be the area where all the first-time homebuyers were going. And look at them, they're up 25% as well. Now, if you look at renters, if you're a first-time homebuyer and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm so priced out, I should just rent, don't do it. I helped one of my friends who bought a condo in Salt Lake during the pandemic. She did not want to rent anymore. If she's paying the same amount for her mortgage as she would for renting. We were able to get her into a condo in her price point, and we went for something that had been on the market for a little bit longer than it should have been. And she knew, like, Nicole, this is my entire budget. This is all I can afford. Like, I have made peace with what my budget is able to buy me. And she refinanced this year and was blown away by the amount of equity she got in her house. She would not have done that if she did not become a homeowner and she kept renting. Look at our rents. We're top 12. Our rents are increasing to 17.2%. That's insane. You could either pay for a mortgage or you could pay somebody else's mortgage. So what are you going to do? As home prices soar in Utah, you're going to need almost 3 times minimum wage to afford rent. Buyers and renters are getting squeezed out as prices increase. And this is a tweet from the Utah Housing Collective. In Utah, the fair market rent for a 2-bedroom apartment is $1,051. In order to be able to afford this level of rent and utilities without paying more than 30% of your income on housing, a household needs to earn $3,500 monthly or $42,036 annually. Would you rather put that into somebody else's pocket, or would you rather become a homeowner? Utah's housing market and rental markets continue to be relentless. June marked another staggering month for home price increases, showing a 30-year-over-year rise to the median price of homes across the state. That's an increase of 105% from $345,000 in June 2020 to now a median home sales price of $450,000, which is an all-time new record. That's according to the Utah Association of Realtors June monthly market report. In Salt Lake County, which is our most populous county, that figure even is more striking, which is the median price for a single family home climbed well to $500,000, and that's up 31%. This is kind of a breakdown of the Utah market. So if we look at this is all the way back to 2018, 2019, 2020. If we're looking at February, our current month right here, 15,575 listings were entered, and look what it was in January. Now I want you to look at what that number was last year, February. Look how many listings we are missing. You can see over the years. Back in 2018, we're dropping. We keep dropping. And now we are drastically dropping. There are no homes for sale, which is why it is driving up prices. We're looking at active listings per day. This was back on February 9th when I took this screenshot. So the orange line represents 2021. The purple line represents 2022. As you can see, we are below. We just don't have as many listings as we need. This graph represents the under contract listings. So as you can see, again, the purple line is 2022 and the orange line is 2021. Well, we have nothing to sell, but we are sure flipping over rocks and we're finding things to sell. So how are we selling more when there's nothing on the market? Well, this is exactly why you need a real estate agent. If you're not working with a real estate agent actively, you are never going to find an off-market listing. The benefits of working with a real estate agent to buy a house is that we get you in the house first. In this market, you need to get there before it even hits the market. So that means networking with our network of people. Hey, I've got a buyer. They're ready to go. They're serious. They're pre-approved. They're a cash buyer. We've got the proof of funds to prove it. They're ready to move. Does anybody have anything coming up? And the only way to win in this market is to get the house before it ever hits the market. And you're never going to find a house that's not on the market without a real estate agent. Under contract listings. So this again shows you back in last year, we had 287 under contract. So this month for February 2022, we have 7,255 under contract. So this brings me to supply versus demand. We literally cannot build homes fast enough to meet demand. And nationwide, right now, builders are only finishing about 1.5 million housing units per year. The National Association of Realtors says that leaves us a short Says that leaves us short about 5 million based on historical building averages. So we're in a housing crisis. We can't build them fast enough. There are a lot of people that want to buy into this market, which is what's driving up prices. So now let's jump into Park City, the thing that we've been waiting for, right? This is my area, my expertise. So I want you to know something. Last year, our median sales price grew 25.4%. Our median sale price for our entire area of the Wasatch Back, okay? We are a large area. Like you have to think about when you're thinking of Salt Lake, that's a humongous area. Well, Park City is also a big area. We're called the Wasatch Back. So this includes everything from Colville to Camas to Park City to Wasatch County to Heber, Midway, Oakley, Jordanelle, right? So as a whole, we are up 25.4% in our market. It's $1.492 million as a median home price to get a single family home in the Wasatch Back. Okay, so our average kind of median sold price per square foot is $429. That's up 26.9%. 11 days on the market, guys. No time to think about it here. So this is kind of statistics for January. These are single family homes. This is the Park City limits. This is everything from the White Barn into town. If you're familiar with Park City, the median sold price was $4.925 million. 31 days on the market. We have 42.9 less new listings and 10 units sold. Let's jump into condo/multi-unit. So for in town, again, White Barn into town, you're $1.312 million. 5 days on the market for a condo. Sniderville Basin, single family home is $2.350 million now. What's Sniderville Basin? That's Kimball Junction, Ranch Place, Canyons Village, Sun Peak, Silver Creek Village, Summit Park, Jeremy Ranch, Pinebrook, about 6 days on the market out here. No townhome for Sniderville Basin, $1.6 million. 3 days on the market, guys. Looking at Jordanelle, you're about $2 million out here. 4 days on the market. This is Jordanelle hideout area. It's like being in Park City without being in Park City. However, because of the county lines, you land sort of, sometimes it says your address is in Camas, sometimes it says it's in Heber. And the important thing to know that is if it says it's in Camas, you're still within Summit County. But if your address says that it's in Heber, which a lot of like the Parks Edge units and the Black Rock Ridge units will say, then that means you're located in Summit or in Wasatch County. So very important to know the differentiation between Summit County and Wasatch County. Now we've got condos for Jordanelle, 5 days on the market. Let that sink in. So now let's break down some of these prices. So what I love, those prices were for last month, right? We want a whole year. Let's look at a whole year of what happened. That gives us a really good overall estimate. So for the entire last year, our median sales price in the Park City limits for a single family home, $3.3 million. For a condo or townhome, it's 1.3, and we're up 52% in volume. People are moving here. The prices are not driving away people. We are the 1% of the 1%ers now. We are still nowhere near Aspen or Jackson Hole prices. Park City is incredibly underrated. Our prices are going to double, and pretty soon we're going to be like Aspen and Jackson. So if you want to get into a ski town that is still affordable, that has an airport that is 30 minutes away and a big city where you can run and go to Costco and go to the Louis Vuitton store at City Creek, then why wouldn't you? It's a no-brainer, right? We just have a lot of money flowing into here. We have a lot of people that can afford it. 60% of our deals are cash. Now let's look at Sniderville Basin, okay? $1.9 million to get a single family home in the Sniderville Basin area. Again, we're up 23%. People want to live here. We have a median sales price for townhomes of $710. Let's dive into some of the surrounding areas. So Heber Valley, you guys, this place is poppin'. This is what Park City used to be like. Park City used to be Heber, okay? 5 to 10 years ago. So median sales price, you're really at $900,000 for Heber now. And for a condo or for vacant land, you're at $375,000. For East Summit County, if you're not familiar, East Summit County is Camas, Colville, Oakley, Wanship. You're at $819 for a median sales price. And for condos out here, you're at $213. And there's really no condos in, I want to say like Colville or Wanship. Mostly the condos are like going to be in Camas. And we have 50% more vacant land sales because people are not being able to find the house they want. They're purchasing land so they can build their house. Something to remember if you decide to go this route. Building costs are about $500 a square foot, all the way up to $900 a square foot. It could be even slightly more. If you're like Mike Upwall, you want everything finished and dialed to the nines, you're gonna be paying a premium for that. However, a good range is 500 square foot to 900 square foot. That depends on your taste, who your builder is, what happens with the supplies, and from talking to people around town and from talking to the Promontory sales team, they expect prices to double because building costs are going up. So just keep that in mind. So let's take a real deep dive into this now. So if we look at all the areas, we want to look at the median price. Okay, median price is what we want to look at. So if we're looking at Park City here, median price of $3.3 million, which is a 32% increase. We're looking at Snyderville Basin, 1.9, a 21% increase. Jordanelle, 2.3, and we're actually down. Heber Valley is about 900,000. Camas Valley is 850. Wanship and Hoytsville is 702, which is a 41% increase, you guys, in Wanship and Hoytsville. I think because people are getting priced out, they're looking out that way. 2021, we had $3.24 billion total sales, and it was 8% higher than 2020. The median price of a single family home rose to $3.3 million, which is a 32% increase. In Old Town, the median price set a new record of $2.5 million. Let's talk about land because people are buying land. So our land sales are exploding. Buyers who can't find existing homes are actually electing to build their own. Our overall land sales in Summit and Wasatch County are up 14%. Price for a median sales price for land is $586,000, which is up 80%. 40 lots were sold in the Park City limits area, but we just don't have anything to sell. Land is very scarce. And if you are buying land in the Park City limits area, you're going to be well above $1 million. So if we're looking at Park City limits for land, we've got 1.885, which is up 57%. Snyderville Basin, you're at 775. Jordanelle, you're at 640. Heber, you're at 375. Camas, you're at 350. And Wanship and Hoytsville, you're at 124,500. So all of our increases are up. As an entire market, we're up 80%. At condos, so Park City, 1.3. Snyderville Basin, 710. Jordanelle, about 800,000. Heber Valley, 387. And the Camas Valley is 520, which is up 4%. Valley doubled in sales. The median sales price is $1.48 million, which is up 49%. Empire Pass is up 49%, and the median price jumped 24% to $3.3 million. So to own a condo in Empire is about $3.3 million. And Pine Brook was one of the most popular areas to buy a condo in, and the volume was up 70%. In Wasatch County, Jordanelle, Toohey, and Hideout all saw increases of 70%, and Jordanelle Park was leading the price gain, which is up 111%. Market, and as a condo market as a whole, we're up 21%. A crazy market out there. We have an amazing local lender who has been with the board forever, and he does amazing charts for us that help us with that we give to our clients to help us. So basically, this is a breakdown of chart. So we're looking at single family homes from 2019 all the way to 2020 and 2021. The median sales price for 2019 was $1.9 million. The median sales price for 2020 was $2.5 million. The median sales price for 2021, $3.305 million. The median time on the market, look at this, it went from 8.5 months on the market to 1.1 months on the market. If it's priced below the median, it's going to sell in less than a month. If it's priced above the median, it's going to sell 2 months, or it's going to take about 2 months for it to sell. So that gives you kind of a good gauge on price if you're a seller. So if you're listing your house if you have a single family house and you're listing it above 3.3 million, it's probably going to take it's probably going to take 2 months to sell. Could take, right? Just depends on what we have available, how nice your house is, the condition of it, and the price, and where it's located. This is a great breakdown of building costs. So I kind of just told you a range of 500 to 900 a square foot. They're saying anything under 600 to 700 a square foot is not happening. Rise in construction costs and labor costs due to supply chain issues. You can expect to pay, you're not going to be paying under $600 a square foot to build a home. And that doesn't even include the cost of your land. So you've got to buy your land, and then you've got to factor in your construction costs. And if they're saying it's not going to be under $600 a square foot, then you really need to know what you can afford. Once you buy this land, you have to understand that building versus buying a resale is twice as expensive. Homes are selling so fast that buyers need to be able to make an offer the minute that a property comes on the market, which means if I cannot help you if we don't have an agreement in place. If we have a signed agreement and I am your buyer, I can help you find the house. If you're kind of shopping around, floating around, talking to different agents, I can't help you, because we need to be able to move fast. And in order for me to be able to move fast on your behalf, we need to have all of our paperwork out of the way so we can start writing offers and getting you that house. Question of the day: will you do next to take action? Are you going to get with a real estate agent? Are you going to get your financial ducks in a row? Are you going to get serious about moving quickly? My name is Nicole Bowdle. I'm a local real estate agent in Park City. If you would like to contact me, my information is always dropped in the description link down below. Like this video, please watch this one next.